We love the sound of that. Well, the Cars Institute offers nonprofit know-how, and Keisha A. Rivers Shorty is here to discuss the do's and don'ts of charitable giving and also earning the public's trust. Good morning, lady. Welcome back.
How are you?
I'm doing well. Now, how often have you heard, I'm sure you come across a lot of people in the line of work that you're in, even the line of work that I'm in, you'll hear people, you know, they say, I have a nonprofit. And the first thing in the back of your head might go, And so you're waiting for the other shoe to drop on that one. But there's some do's and don'ts because you want the public to be able to trust you.
Exactly. And as if you've been listening to me, if you've been tuning in, the first thing I always tell people is you have to be, if you're a nonprofit organization, a reputable nonprofit organization, you have to be registered with the Secretary of State.
That's first and foremost. One of the do's.
Yes. And you also have to actually, that means you have to be a nonprofit corporation. Okay.
And how does one become that?
You have to be registered with the Secretary of State, which means you have to file articles of incorporation with them. Second is you have to outline a specific purpose for the funds. So don't just come and say, hey, Tessa, give to my organization.
And then the first thing I'll ask you is, where's the money going?
Exactly. So you have to have a plan of action of exactly what you're going to do with the funds. Don't just say we're doing overall giving. Have a specific purpose for it. How much are you raising? What's the purpose going to be? How much of it is it actually going to go for programs versus your administrative costs?
Now, with that being said, along the line, do you have, later on down the line, do you have to prove that those funds actually went towards what you
exactly.
say?
Receipts, reports, paperwork, paper trail.
Yes.
There is no such thing as, yes, the money went to where we said it was and we had,
So you can be audited at any time in that
Exactly.
respect.
And you need to actually produce an annual report for your organization showing this is how much you raised and this is what you did with it. So you should have on your website, and you should have a website. You should have on your website information showing what you did with the money. And then there are certain websites that you can actually use and you can report to and register your organization with, like GuideStar. There are other ones, charitynavigator.org, charitywatch.org, that people can go to actually check up on your organization to see if you are registered. The Secretary of State is the first line of defense. The Better Business Bureau is another one. But those organizations will be ones that people can actually look up to see if your organization is reputable and if you have any complaints.
Now, let's go on to the next one. Don't be offended if you're refused. So if when you send your paperwork, I would assume that would be to the Secretary of State because they're the ones that approve you or say or deny you.
Now, one of the things is if you go in and you say to someone, well, I want to start a nonprofit organization. If your paperwork is in order, which 9 times out of 10, if you have a mission that is for a charitable purpose, or if you submit your paperwork to the IRS in order to be accepted as a 501c3 compliant organization, or if you submit to like Low Country Live or someone to be accepted as a nonprofit and they refuse you, don't be offended. What that means is that you have a little bit more work to do to prove that you are who you say you are. And so one of the things that we're doing now is we're actually putting together a series of trainings on how you can go about doing that. Just because you have a passion for wanting to assist doesn't mean you always have the know-how on how to do the administrative part to make sure you're in compliance.
So you want to be able to do that on the front end. You want to have all your ducks in a row. And that's where the Cars Institute comes in because you can really make sure that people are ready for that. Now, with that being said, how do people get in touch with you and read up on more, and especially in case they've missed, you know, your previous visits here?
Well, we actually have all of the previous visits on our website. We have a YouTube channel now.
Well, congratulations.
So if they go to our website at carsinstitute.org, they can catch up on all of the previous nonprofit know-how segments, and they'll be able to catch up on all of the tips that we've provided. They can also sign up for our email newsletter, and starting next month in April, we will be sending out tips and information on trainings and workshops that will be coming up in the Low Country area, as well as on-demand trainings that we have coming up.
I think that is just fabulous because the important thing is you want to be able to do it right and do it right the first time. You don't have to keep going back because sometimes that will discourage you and that will really show whether or not you have the passion or drive to do what it is that you want to do. All right, Ms. Shorty, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Looking forward to the next time. Well, stay with us. We're back after the break.